spoke to our own Coy Wire last week. Coy's at CNN Center again for us. Coy, yesterday, Phelps told us about the lowest moment of his life and career, but the second part of your interview focuses on where Phelps goes from here.
That's right, Alex. Michael Phelps now on a mission to be a great husband, a father, and to help keep the sport he loves clean. He became the most decorated Olympian of all time with good old-fashioned hard work, not by doping. So he told me he's going to do whatever it takes to rid the sport of cheaters and those who aren't willing to do things the right way. I don't think a lot of people know just how difficult it is to train, to try to be an elite athlete. How would you sum up the dedication and sacrifice it takes when you're trying to be great?
I mean, well, for me, it was... like, I look at it and I don't want to say it was easy, but it kind of was, because I wanted to be the best, and I was going to do things that other people weren't willing to do.
Do you think you ever competed on a level playing field?
I can honestly say I don't know if I've ever swam in an international competition where I can say the whole heat was clean. It's kind of sad to really see everything that's going on, especially with some of the stuff we had this summer. You know, there are people who had tested positive not once but twice who are still able to compete. That's a joke, you know, and especially as a father now with a kid growing, you know, boomer growing up. Like, I don't want him to ever see that world. Like, that's just, it's not what sports is all about, and hopefully somebody can change that.
You're doing your part. What do you think needs to happen to really put the magnifying glass on doping in sport, to really bring it to light?
I mean, it's probably really just penalties have to be harsher. I mean, probably. I mean, I said if you test positive, you should never be allowed to compete again. Why not? Like, if people really want to do that and they really want to cheat, then don't let them compete. You know, hopefully we can continue to fight it, and USOC and IOC and those guys, they truly care about it, they'll make a difference. What USADA has done and the platform they've made here in the US, I feel other NGBs should be doing as well. You know, there are some other countries out there that are doing similar things, but I think we all should be held accountable on the same playing field, and we should all literally follow the same exact rules, because that's the only way that's going to change. It's never going to change unless we do that. We have to hold everybody else accountable. You see all these different athletes, whether they're from this country or that. I won't get specific.
Why not?
I'm not going to get that controversial. I just feel like we all have to probably going to end up having to go to DC again to do something. I hope to see them change and make some changes, but I mean, I don't know if it's a priority for them. And I think if it's a priority, then we can make a change together. But if it's not, then it'll just be the same, and we'll just be fighting the same fight every day.
I didn't speak out when I was an athlete. I wanted to know why when you were competing, why didn't you speak out more then?
Because I was on a mission, and I was doing what I needed to do. I was taking care of myself before I was putting anything else in front of me. You know, I had a goal and a dream of something bigger than probably anybody would really dream of, and nothing was going to stand in my way, and I was going to work as hard as I could, take care of my business, and that's it. Now that I'm done, I feel there are opportunities where I'm allowed and able to speak out about frustrating times that I had in the sport, and hopefully we can make a difference.
As a former pro athlete myself, I reached across the table there and shook Michael Phelps' hand and told him I admire him for what he's doing. As impressive as he was in the pool, almost as impressive is his willingness to use his name and the legacy he created to try to tackle such a controversial issue. Alex, having the greatest swimmer of all time lead the way, paving the path for others to speak out about doping, is quite possibly the greatest thing that could possibly happen, and to help create change where it's needed.
Yeah, two really nice blocks of a really good interview you've done there with Michael Phelps, Coy. Great stuff to listen to. Thank you for bringing us that story and that interview.